It is good sometimes to be able to get away from the misery and the poverty of District 12 and just come to visit Angus living in luxury in Australia. I'm Gale, by the way, obviously. Now some of you may be thinking that, oh, Gale looks a lot like Angus and he seems to dress quite a lot like him as well. But, you know, that's just a massive coincidence, really. I've got Suzanne Collins' book adaptation of the 74th Hunger Games right here. I'd just like to read to you a few extracts thereof. There's a little passage here on page 9 in chapter 1 where Katniss is describing Gale, me, obviously, but she could just as well be describing Angus. That's how similar we look. Have a listen to this. I watch as Gale pulls out his knife and slices the bread. He could be my brother. Straight black hair. Yeah, straight black hair. Olive skin. Have you seen this tan? Have you seen this tan? And we even have the same grey eyes, yeah? Yeah, grey eyes. When we met, I was a skinny 12-year-old, and although he was only 2 years older, he already looked like a man. Matured early. What can I say? Besides, if he wants kids, Gale won't have any trouble finding a wife. He's good looking, he's strong enough to handle the work in the mines, and he can hunt. You can tell by the way the girls whisper about him when he walks by in school that they want him, and let me tell you, Angus was telling me the other day about this, the amount of times he's had to turn girls down, say, no, sorry, I'm not interested. It's just exactly like what happens with me. Anyway, I saw the film adaptation of the 74th Hunger Games just the other night with Bella Swan and Marnie from the Where's Marnie series. Obviously this is a film that's very close to my heart, as it kind of documents the struggle of my great friend Katniss, so I was very excited to see it, and I thought I'd just let you all know what I thought of it. One thing you should note though is that I was talking with Angus earlier today about this film, and his opinion on the film is very, very similar to mine, because as I said, we're very, very similar people, you know? So you could say that I am speaking for Angus when I tell you what I thought of the film, okay? The short answer is yes, I did really like the Hunger Games film. It was very entertaining. I think the film looked really good. Everything looked right to me, like how I imagined it, like the cornucopia, the interview setting, and also the sets and the costumes. That includes the cast, by the way. I think the casting was really good. There were no real weak links in the cast. I think they got the look of the Capitol and District 12 right. I think the contrast between the two of them was good. I've only really got 3 criticisms, and the first one's really the most important, and that is that, as with any adaptation of a book, they just went through everything far too quickly. I am firmly of the opinion that a movie adaptation doesn't have to and shouldn't try to incorporate all the elements of the book. Like, a book is 80,000 words or something like that, and there's no way you can possibly fit all that content into 2 hours or an hour and a half, so you shouldn't try to. In that sense, I think that the film was too true to the book, in that it tried to incorporate all this stuff, and then certain subplots and characters just didn't get the attention they deserved. For example, Rue had about 6 lines in the whole film, and then when she died I was supposed to be really upset about it. Like, there's no way I can be. I hardly know her from watching the film. Number 2, obviously the book's written from a first-person perspective, and obviously a film has to be from a third-person perspective, and I don't think they really took full advantage of the cool stuff that that could have brought about. One of the things I was often wondering when I was reading the book is what Prim and, like, myself were thinking back at home watching this on TV. Obviously in the book it wouldn't make any narrative sense to flick back to, ooh, what's Prim and Gale doing right now? But in the film they could have done it, and they did it a little bit, but I would have liked to see them do it more. The third one, the last one's a bit nitpicky, but maybe it's just because I saw it on like a massive, massive screen in a massive, massive cinema, but I think the camera shake was a bit excessive. I know they were trying to show the chaos and the brutality of the games and all that, but like that climactic scene with Kato when it was raining, it was night, I really had no idea what was going on. Let me know what you thought about what I just said, let me know what you thought of the movie, so leave a comment and all that, but just remember that my opinion is more valid than yours because obviously I'm Gale and I actually live in the country where the games take place.